Hello and welcome to My Aesthetic is Richie. I am Celestino and I will be guiding you through a Gemini meditation. This is to welcome in the beginning of Gemini season, which is a time where spring starts to turn into summer up in the northern hemisphere, or where autumn starts to turn into winter down in the southern hemisphere. It is a time for change, it's a time for duality, it's a time for movement. But it is a time where the mind can become overly active. It can race too quickly, not stick to one thing. So I'm hoping that this meditation here will help you to center it a little bit whilst allowing the freedom and the ideas that Gemini season brings to flow naturally. So first of all, let us find a comfortable position. Okay, let us begin by focusing on the breath. So inhale, exhale. One more time. The breath is very relevant here. Gemini is of the element of air. It relates fully to the breath. The prana, the vital life force that keeps us going. If we look at the qualities of air, we will see that it is fresh, it is new. If we have a stagnant room, the first thing we wish to do is open the window. We know the phrase, a breath of fresh air. So much like this quality, the sign of Gemini brings with it a sense of freshness, a sense of new ideas. Gemini is a sign brimming, full of thoughts, ideas, new perspectives. It is like a gust of wind or a tornado, a very fast tornado, blowing this way and that. The reason why Gemini is represented by the twins is because Gemini is all about multiple perspectives. It's about duality. It's about finding different ways of doing things, different ways of thinking. So at this time, just allow your mind to open. Allow your mind to consider multiple perspectives, multiple new ways in which you could do something. Change can be uncertain, but it is also exciting, and Gemini is a sign full of excitement, full of enthusiasm, full of energy. Gemini is ruled by the planet Mercury, who was the messenger of the gods, a skilled communicator who would whiz here and there with messages to give to people, or gods, or creatures. And much like Mercury, Gemini is a skilled communicator. Gemini is a sign that has a way with words. Many poets, writers, rappers have had strong Gemini in their charts. So this Gemini season can be a good time for you to work on a communication project, be it writing, be it presenting, be it socializing. And it is a time of change. It's a time where the seasons begin to change. Gemini is a mutable sign, which means it is the representation of air at its most changeable. Air is in itself the most changeable of the four elements, which makes Gemini a particularly changeable sign. This can have its advantages, as said earlier, the open-mindedness, the flexibility, the adaptability. But it can also be fickle or unreliable, inconsistent. So at this time, it is good to try and bring out those more helpful qualities. I invite you to give in to that flexibility, to that adaptability, but be careful to avoid the inconsistency, the unreliableness. Gemini has a way with words. Gemini is a sign that brings a silver tongue, which can lead to a somewhat relaxed attitude towards truth and honesty. A sign that knows what to say, when to say it, how to say it, may not always be telling the most reliable side of the story. Let us not forget that Mercury, the ruler of Gemini, was not just a messenger, but also a trickster. Very well known in mythology for leading people on and pulling tricks. This is something to very much be aware of. So whilst we are using this time for communication, for writing, for speaking, let us try and do it with honesty and with integrity, and not fall into the traps of allowing our silver tongue to control our presentation of the truth. And now for the rest of this meditation, I invite you to continue focusing on your breath. And thank you very much for joining me. I hope that you have gained a lot from this. I hope that this has helped you. And please subscribe and to see more of these types of videos, and leave a comment giving me any thoughts that you may have. Thank you very much, and goodbye.